everybody? We are back with another review, and today we are reviewing this Golden Tee Golf plug-and-play system. It's our vintage toy review for the week, and it also happens to be a vintage electronic as well. So this is actually from 2006, and it's brought to you by Radica Games, as you can see right down there. Yeah, let's check out the outer box, and then we'll hop right into it, and then we'll look at some of the features of this. So on the front, it basically will just have a nice viewing window for you to see the actual console slash gamepad. Now, anybody who's familiar with Golden Tee, if you've ever been to a bar, period, then you've probably seen the Golden Tee arcade machine in there. And it looks extremely similar to the front of this. And we'll look into this a little more and look at the features on the actual console itself. But it's nice to see that there's a nice viewing window where you can see exactly what you're getting when you purchase this product. And if you're a fan of Golden Tee, just seeing this would sell you. Just knowing the mechanics are going to be very similar to the arcade experience, this would sell you. So on the front, we have a few features here. We have the fun of Golden Tee on your TV. Trackball control. You can slice it, hook it, draw, or fade the ball. It's 1 to 4 players, which is really nice, especially for a home experience. Ages 8 and up. Stroke and tournament play, so you got 2 versions to play inside the menus of the system. So let's check out some of the sides we got here. On the side, we have basically some of the requirements: a TV or VCR with AV input jacks, RF adapter required if your TV or VCR does not have AV input jacks. So basically just explaining to you what you need, the components to use this, because out of the box it doesn't come with everything that you need. The controller slash console, it requires 4 AA batteries, and those are not included. It's got a dual power convenience, which runs on batteries not included, or AC adapter, must be purchased separately. So it offers AC adapter plug for it, but it doesn't actually offer it with this particular bundle. So, and then over here we got recommended adapter output. It tells you basically everything you need: a 6-volt DC, 300 mA minimum, and basically it just runs through everything that you would need to know if you're going to go out and purchase one yourself, or you could just buy the one that they sell, which I imagine is for most of their systems that are large like this, that has dual support power. So yeah, I think that's very interesting that at least they explain that to you. On the other lengthwise side, we basically have the same setup as the front, with a nice little splash screen here showing you exactly how it works. You have to plug it in to play. So let's check out the back of the box here. Bring the #1 golf arcade game home. Plug it in your TV, VCR, and start teeing off in minutes. Very true. Choose your club and adjust your aim for the perfect shot. Basically, you can choose, change your clubs. Down here, you can basically scroll left or right, and it'll allow you to change those. So, and this is just a guy right here. It looks like he's about to tee off, obviously, from where he's at. And it kind of shows you some of the motions here. Tee it up, let it fly. So it shows you the motions where his hands here is stationary at the back of the ball, and then up here you can see the motion of the ghost hand that we've got going on there. And yeah, so it kind of just gives you the gist, if you don't know how to play this, that there's going to be some actual kind of motion involved, kind of like the Wii. There's kind of like an interactive feature to this that's not just pushing buttons once you plug it into your TV screen. It's not just a joystick that you're going to be operating. You're actually going to be doing motions. Directional motions matter, how fast you actually contact the ball. All that's going to matter when you're actually striking and you're trying to accurately hit the ball towards the tee. So play smart, avoid the sand bunkers, water hazards, and out of bounds areas. Putt for greatness, master your short game on the green. Now this is a pretty identical replica to the actual arcade experience. So actually, let's open this one up from the end, and we'll slide this. So this one has not been used, but the box is a little beat up. we're gonna slide it out, and we have our instructions here. It's the model 78001, and it's gonna explain everything that we'll need to know in here about setting it up. Basically how to do the battery, how to hook it up to the TV, basic button functions, the operation of the trackball, main menu navigation, how to play the game, club selections. They even got some caddy tips in here. So very informative in regards to getting you started, especially if you've never played Golden Tee before, you're not even familiar with an interactive golf game. So this pretty much goes through a lot of stuff. They even give you a 6-month limited warranty, which is really nice that they actually offer that. So, and this is in 2006 when they did this. They also have a maintenance schedule here that if you want to pause this, you can read this on your own time. But yeah, I mean, really in detail, you know, they went in this manual right here to make sure that the user has a really nice experience. Now the inside of this box is green, but not the green that you would think. It's not like a golf green, it's more like a lime green. If this was more like a fairway green or some kind of Masters green, I don't know, it would be more appealing. Now I could tell you it's not faded. This is just the color green that it is. It's just a lime green. I don't know why they chose lime green for something that has to do with golf. You know, it's not the 90s, it's 2006. So we got this nice plastic insert that also has a nice little recessed pockets for everything, so everything sits in its own respected area and doesn't jar around. And then you have this nice lid which respectively holds everything in place, so that's really nice too. No styrofoam. Got to show respect to a company that doesn't pack everything in styrofoam. So I imagine argument either way that it's bad for the environment, but for the user, who wants styrofoam everywhere? So there's your nice AV cords. You got your video cable, and then you have your audio cable, and nice little plastic covers the console unit. Now this has a little twisty tie holding it in. Only one twisty tie holding the unit in, but it's got that lid that basically braces it from, I know, right? Trying to take this twisty tie off is there we go. But yeah, the lid basically braces it in, so we really kind of only need one just to hold it to the main board right there. So, and there is the console unit right there. There's the on and off button right there, and you have the battery compartment right back here. Super nice. This unit is pristine. It's actually is new. The box just was beat up, and after looking at this, yeah, this was definitely not put back in there. So we unboxed this for the first time on air from 2006. Pretty nice. So let's go through some of the features. Let's finish going around. So on the bottom, you have your on and off switch right here, which has this little LED which indicates when it's on, and it'll light up red, obviously. And then on the bottom, we have our battery compartment, which holds our four AA batteries. And then we have these little indentions right here, which are really nice when you're holding the unit. When you're actually holding the console unit, you can have your hands in there. Now, when you're sitting down at a coffee table, you know, you're sitting around a couch, and you don't want to keep putting it on the coffee table, you can actually use those nice little grips to hold it, and it allows you to manage the weight a little bit more, especially when you're passing it back and forth. You can save the agility in your hands for the actual mechanisms of the game instead of trying to manage to hold something that's fairly decent in weight. I would say this probably weighs about 2 pounds, maybe 2 or 3 pounds. But I mean, when you're passing this back and forth around in a circle, especially doing 18 holes, 4 players, you know, it could be strenuous to be passing this around and holding on to this. So those grips actually really do become really key, especially when you're getting later on in the match and you're trying to navigate the menus. You don't have to worry about balancing this on your lap, so you can push these things, you can just hold it, and these are in thumb reach distance, which is awesome, and the middle you can actually still move with your thumb, because when you're navigating through the menus, you'll be using the trackball just like this to go back and forth. Like as you can see, you have the choose club option. So when you scroll through your clubs, you're going to be going this way. So when you're doing this with your thumbs, as you're navigating through the menus, you can also use the trackball to scroll through the menus as well without having to go into the full hand motion. So we have a select and a start button. So this is going to be the button that's going to allow you to navigate through the menus. We have the trackball, which is what allows you to basically swing. On here we actually have numbers on the top, letters on the bottom, and then we still have arrows on the left and the right, but they just say choose club. But they're basically, all the arrows are pointing in directions that you're basically able to use for movements. So for example, up top here we have a nice little movement chart. Now this will basically walk you through some basic movements. Now you've got the basic hook, you know what I'm saying, you got slight ones, you've got straight angles, anything that you need, it's going to show you how to do that. So for you to get this nice curve to it, you're going to have to go down to the A and then to the 1. So you're going to have to go down and like that. By this motion, you'll be allowed to do the hooking motion with the ball when you tee off. So these little motions right here allow you to basically navigate the game better than just going back and forth. Down here again we have another little tablet that basically explains choose club. This is your backswing. So when you do your backswing, you can go back into any one of the A, B, or C directions, and when you go forward, you're going to go forward into the 1, 2, or 3 selections, which is basically exactly what you see at the top here. You're going to go down to the A, which is the backswing, and then you go forward to the 1, so that's going to be your foreswing, or back for the A, and over to the 3 for the straight angle diagonal shot. So basically this is explaining you the swing, and this is the finer movements that you can have, and they're just little quick reference charts or quick reference tablets that just kind of explain these things. And then right here we have left and right. Left and right, when you're on the screen, is basically going to allow you to move your view from left to right. So if you want to change the actual way that you're shooting and you want to actually look left without having to do the movements, it'll actually pivot the screen by moving your your crosshairs will stay centered, but the screen will actually move, and now the crosshairs will be pointed on something else if you move that direction or to the right. So the left and the right basically allows you to turn your character's movement to wherever you want to shoot the ball without having to do one of these different swings. So the trackball, I really like the trackball. It's very responsive, not loose at all. It's very tight. It's got these really nice little rubber grips on the bottom here, and the rubber grips on a surface makes it really stable, where you don't even really have to hold it to get that. That was a full motion right there. So you don't really need to do much more than that. Obviously, the more you drink, the harder you'll probably want to go on it, but it doesn't need that much force to actually go forward. And with these grips on a flat surface, it'll actually have enough grippage for you to be able to play the game without it moving, and you not having to worry about it shifting at all on the table. Or you can hold it, obviously, with one hand, and then go like that towards the screen if you want, or you can leave it on the screen, on the table, and actually just do the movement like that. Same thing can be executed either way. Again, the trackball makes it so easy to maneuver, and it makes it so much more tactile in regards to you getting the experience of golf, because you're getting the backswing, the foreswing, and those are the mechanics, and that's all you really need to know. All the other stuff is the fine print, and those things can be achieved through utilizing, again, these little quick table charts, mastering the short game on the putting, and really just kind of having a good time with up to 4 players. So, I mean, I really like this unit. I've loved Golden Tee forever. And this is basically, I'll show you some of the... So this is basically what you're going to look like when you're putting. So this is the Putt View right here. And this is your power meter right here. And it tells you what golfer it is. If they're up or down, what hole it is, your stroke, the par. And then you're basically using the power meter and aiming where the ball is going to go, which you want to shoot it to the hole, and then you shoot it into the hole. And this is going to be your driving tee-off screen, which is what you're going to see when you're actually playing the game. So, and then this is what your ball will look like when it lands. So it basically will show you a nice eagle eye view, and then also a first person perspective, and then you'll have this nice eagle eye zoomed in view, semi first person perspective on the putting screen, because it's kind of like you're the golfer with the putter looking down at the putter, the way you can kind of see how your ball's going to go, but you're not actually on the screen. So but yeah, I mean, I think they did a really good job at portraying this game the way that it was meant to be played. And I think they did a really good job at porting the Golden Tee game to a console. Now, this isn't on any other system. You're not going to get this on PlayStation, Xbox. The only way you're going to get Golden Tee in the house is if you bought one of these from Radica, and or you own an arcade cabinet. So having one of these around is really awesome, because who doesn't like playing a little Golden Tee? You bust it out. Anyone can play it. It's great for all ages. I mean, at least all ages 8 and up. So, but yeah, it's one of my favorite handheld, plug and play systems for the TV. Now, again, a lot of the older TVs do have these types of plugs. The newer ones, a lot of the slimmer ones, don't even have these. They just have HDMI only. So finding an older TV now just to play these specific consoles and hanging around with them, hanging around with that TV, and making sure that it doesn't break or it gets lost in the process, it's going to become more difficult for you to be able to play these types of games in the future. So as these TVs become more limited and as technology evolves. So, but if you've played this before, or you like the arcade cabinet better, let us know in the comments below. Let us know what you think of these Golden Tee handheld consoles. Do you like Golden Tee? Just let us know in the comments below. If you want more content like this, subscribe to this channel, give us a thumbs up, and have a great rest of your day.